Your live interactive weather authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive weather authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live weather authority coverage starts right now.
Good evening, everybody, and happy Saturday to you. Hope you're all having a great weekend. And today really wasn't the best of days, wasn't the worst of days. We had lots of clouds around, but nobody wants to know about today. Of course, the talk of the town is going to be what happens with this storm, and that is for Tuesday into the day on Wednesday. Now, it looks like right now, Monday has trended a little bit drier across the state. Monday night, I should say. I think Monday night, you might see a quick rain or snow shower, but I think Monday night is mainly dry. If you have outdoor plans Monday, you're fine. We'll just see mainly cloudy skies. Even Monday evening, you have dinner plans, you should be A-okay. It's early Tuesday morning that it looks like snow is now going to start to develop, and the winds are going to pick up as we head into that time frame as well. But let's get into the forecast details. Let me know again, how are you guys doing? How's your weekend? Any big plans? Let me know. I'd love to hear them. Notice the clouds out there right now. You can see the clouds kind of extend north of Augusta right now, but south of Bangor, anywhere south of this line is looking at mostly cloudy skies right now. But eventually these clouds will move on out of here as the storm system moves down to our south and east. Now we have a storm now really continuing over the Midwest and the Great Plains, moving into Chicago right now. And this is going to track down to the south, and eventually an area of low pressure is going to develop and move up. So sorry if that was a little confusing, but we are going to see this area of energy move down to our south, and eventually we'll spawn an area of low pressure, and that is going to bring us the snow as we head into Tuesday and early on Wednesday. I think Wednesday, if you have plans Wednesday morning, I think you're talking a very slippery commute, but also I think it will slowly start to wind down throughout the day on Wednesday, and most of it really won't accumulate for Wednesday, which is good news. Temperatures right now running in the 30s for the most part. 36 in Wisconsin, 35 in Augusta, 28 right now in Skowhegan. So temperatures not too bad out there at the moment, and the winds, they are light, if not calm, for most areas. A little bit breezy in some spots. For example, Rockland coming in around 10 miles per hour, at least the wind speed itself, 10 miles per hour up towards Bangor as well. Wind gusts, really no wind gusts out there right now, so that is some good news. And here's the headlines for the next couple days. So we're going to see lots of sunshine for the day tomorrow. Get outside, enjoy tomorrow. It is by far the pick of the next several days, as we are going to see mainly sunny skies. Temperatures will top out in the lower 40s for the most part as well. And then clouds will increase overnight Sunday into early on Monday. I think most of the day on Monday is going to be mostly cloudy, if not completely overcast across the state. And that is in preparation for a storm that will move in Tuesday into Wednesday. And it looks like right now the snow develops very early on Tuesday, 3, 4, 5 a.m., if not maybe a little bit later as you head up towards the northern and eastern parts of the state. And this will continue at a moderate to heavy clip throughout the day on Tuesday. And then by the time we get to Wednesday morning, we'll still see some snow showers, but most of the accumulating snow will be over with. Here's your planner for tonight. Mostly cloudy skies will eventually give way to partly to mostly clear skies through the overnight hours, and temperatures will drop back to the 20s. Here's a look at the numbers. Even some teens up towards the north, 15 degrees in Berlin, 17 in Rumford, and the temperature will generally run in the mid-20s for the most part. Right along the coastline, 23 degrees in Lewiston, 20 degrees in Freiburg for the nighttime tonight. Here's your planner for the day tomorrow. If you have outdoor plans, it is looking A-okay. Lots of sunshine, temperature near 40 degrees, very light wind out there. I think tomorrow is shaping up to be an amazing day, at least for mid-March standards up in Maine. So it won't be too bad out there for the day tomorrow. Get out there and enjoy. And here's your high temperatures for the day tomorrow. Low to mid-40s for pretty much the entire area. Here's the Futurecast radar. This is tonight. This is not Monday into Tuesday. You can see the clouds start to clear a little bit for the nighttime tonight. And then by the time we get to tomorrow, we'll see some morning clouds, but I think these clouds are a little bit overdone. You can see that this computer model shows a lot of clouds out there. I think for the most part, we are looking at a good deal of sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. And then the clouds really start to move in as we head into the day on Monday. And then Monday afternoon, we're looking good. Notice scattered rain or snow shower possible. That is really not the storm. I guess you could consider it the leading edge of the storm, but we'll also have some dry air in place like above our heads. So I do think at the same time, you could have a rain shower or snow shower over your head, but it's actually not reaching the ground. At least on radar, it shows it. So Monday is a mainly dry day. Monday evening, Monday night, you are looking good. Shouldn't cause any problems. Now, here's what everybody wants to know. This is why you guys are tuning into this right now. So we have Monday evening. You can see some of these light rain, snow showers, mixed showers, and I think it could start out as a few rain showers down towards the coast, Portsmouth over towards Portland. And this is for the day on Monday. So this is Monday evening around 8 o'clock, maybe a rain or snow shower. This doesn't get going until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning for most areas. At 2 o'clock in the morning, we're looking at maybe some rain showers down towards the coast, Portsmouth. Rain showers starting to move in over towards Portland as well. And then by 3, 4 o'clock, I'm not completely sold on this computer model. I'll be completely honest with you. I think at this time by 4 o'clock, we're already looking at snow for pretty much the entire area. But one thing I want to point out is you can see that this pink shading down towards areas like Portsmouth. I think that there's a legitimate chance that down towards Portsmouth and areas along southern York County, right along the coastline, you could be talking a little bit of mix, a little bit of rain mixing in at times throughout the day on Tuesday. And then most of this will actually get going later on Tuesday into Tuesday evening. You can see now, look at those dark colors moving in for the day on Tuesday night into early on Wednesday. At this point, we're looking at moderate to heavy snow across pretty much the entire area. And this extends from Bangor south towards Bar Harbor, over towards the mid-coast, Portland, over towards Portsmouth as well, up through Freiburg. You're looking at snow, moderate to heavy at times, and this is Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night. And the winds will be cranking as well. I'll show you the winds in just a second. This continues through Wednesday morning, 6 o'clock. We're still looking at snow across the state, but by the time we get to around 6 or 7 a.m. on Wednesday, for the most part, the snow is starting to lighten up across the state. And then by the time we get to the afternoon, a couple of rain or snow showers possible. But I think for the most part, by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, this is clearing on out of here. We are going to dry out. Snow will taper off for Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. So this is, generally a Tuesday into Wednesday afternoon event. Here we go. This is the first call snowfall map. We're looking at very light accumulations up towards the north, coating to 2 to 4 inches. That's not going to be a big deal. I was going back and forth throughout most of the past few hours trying to get this together. And, just the latest guidance, I am putting areas like Portland and up through the mid-coast and Bar Harbor and areas like this, even Augusta, in the 4 to 8 inch range. And that is as of now. You have to also understand that, today's Saturday, and this really isn't going to move in for at least another 2.5 days. So things could get crunched a little bit over the next day or two. And, anything that we crunch, we're just trying to get out the best information. So I'm going 4 to 8 inches right now. Augusta down towards Portland. I will say that over the last 24 hours, while it has trended a little bit colder, meaning there's better chance for this to be all snow, it has trended also a little bit lighter in some of the accumulations from Portland over towards the east. And that's why I'm going 4 to 8. If you were to ask me yesterday, maybe I had the numbers just a little bit higher, but I am thinking around 4 to 8 here. Freiburg, areas, Sanford up to the north, and especially off towards the west. That's where I think you're talking 6 to 12. And I think if you're over towards Berlin, if you're talking through Freiburg and areas like Sanford, now you're talking maybe more 6 to 10 inch range. The closer you get to that 12 to 18 inch contour, now you're talking 8 to 12, 10 to 12 inches of snow in that area. And then as we head down towards the far southern part of New Hampshire, just south of Concord, over towards Rutland in Vermont, that is where this storm is really going to get cranking. And, the National Weather Service has quite a bit of snow out there. And, we also do too. I think we're talking 1 foot to 1.5 feet of snow in parts of southern New Hampshire, but also some of the higher elevations in Vermont. Now that's kind of out of our viewing range, but for the most part, whenever you see that, you're right on the line. So for example, I'm going to specifically call out Sanford here. You can see that you're right on the line of the 6 to 12, 4 to 8 inch range. And the best way to look at that is you are on the higher end of the 4 to 8, the lower end of the 6 to 12. So, for example, Sanford itself, you might be looking at more of a 6 to 10 inch range for the Sanford area. And the closer you are to that 6 to 12 inch contour, so Lewiston, for example, let me call out Lewiston now. You could be talking more of a, I don't know, 6 to 8, 6 to 9 inch range over towards Lewiston. I think you might be on some of the higher ends. We'll see what happens there. And up towards Freiburg, Berlin as well, you are in the 6 to 12 inch range. So that's kind of what we're thinking right now. This storm is essentially going to move up, and it's going to do a loop just down to our south, which is why this is going to be such a long duration event during the day Tuesday into Wednesday. I mean, it starts Tuesday morning around, I don't know, say 5 o'clock in the morning for most, and it's going to go until Wednesday afternoon. This is a 24 to 36 hour event. So also have to understand too, while we are going to see bouts of heavy snow with this, with this being a long duration event, and these aren't blockbuster numbers for Maine. I mean, let's just be honest. They aren't blockbuster numbers, but it's also a very long duration event. So it's going to be a moderate to heavy snow at times, but I also think for a good duration of the event, you're just going to see a light to moderate event that slowly adds up over time as this storm continues for 24 to 36 hours possible with this storm. So that's what our numbers is. I'm going to go back to this map in just a second, but I want to talk about some of the winds. So this is 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. I really want to highlight areas down towards York County, Portland, up through the mid-coast. This is where you're going to see the strongest wind gusts. And this is where wind gusts could exceed 40 to 50 miles per hour. I mean, you can see Tuesday evening, you can see the wind gusts could be as high as 47, 48 miles per hour in some parts. Rockland, for example. One good thing, though, is you can also see that the winds are more of a northeasterly wind for the day, for the nighttime on Tuesday. So while the strongest wind gusts, they'll generally be coming off of the land. In the beginning of the storm, they'll be coming off of the water. So hopefully that will really limit some of any coastal flooding that could happen, but cannot rule out still some minor coastal flooding in some areas for this event. By the time we get to Wednesday morning, this storm is starting to wrap up. It is now moving off to our east, and we are going to slowly see the winds calm down just a little bit. But even during the day on Wednesday, it is going to be a windy day. The snow is going to be very pasty, so it's going to be a very wet, thick, heavy snow that's very easy to make snowballs or snowmen with. That's going to be what we're going to be dealing with as we head into this storm. It's going to be very wet snow. Unfortunately, a lot of people would probably rather have the lighter snow, easier to move, easier to brush off the car. But most of this is going to be a pasty, wet, heavy snow. The further north you go, temperatures will be a little bit cooler. It will be a little bit of a drier snow, but especially along the coastline, that's where you're talking a lot of, just very heavy, wet snow. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. So overcast skies on Monday. Snow moves in Tuesday morning. This continues through the day and into early on Wednesday. By the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, now you're just looking at some snow showers, but the wind will persist throughout the day on Wednesday as well. Temperatures in the 30s for the day on Tuesday. We're going to see we also have a weather warned day I want to post as well. That we have a weather warned day up for the day on Tuesday, but temperatures in the mid 30s. Again, you're talking that pasty, wet, heavy snow. Wednesday, snow showers, windy as well. And then Thursday right now looks to be pretty good. St. Patrick's Day on Friday, we are looking good. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 40s. But another thing I want to mention is, there's another storm threat later on this week and into next weekend. I'd be sitting here and lying if I said I put a lot of effort into that storm, only because I've just been so focused on what's going to happen Tuesday into Wednesday. But I do think there is going to be another storm later on Friday into Saturday. And that one could feature maybe some rain down towards the coast, a mix of rain and snow inland. And, we'll get into more details on that, especially once this first storm passes us by. So a lot of people, had a few people comment about missing the snowfall map. Here is your Amy actually just messaged. Here's your snowfall map. I'll go over this one more time. We'll get into some comments and stuff. But I think, for the most part, this is a light snow event up towards the north, coating to about 3-4 inches. as you head north of areas like Millinocket, north of Jackman, areas like that, Holton, Caribou, Presque Isle, Frenchville. This is a very light event, especially considering their standards are a little bit higher than ours. 4 to 8 inches. This is a 4 to 8 inch event for most areas, and this includes Augusta and Lewiston, Portland, over towards Rockland, Bangor as well. Once you get over towards Western York, Western Cumberland counties, and up through Freiburg and Berlin, and even down towards Concord, this is a 6 to 12 inch event. And then down towards some of the higher elevations in Vermont, southern Vermont, over towards southern New Hampshire. That's where this is going to be even bigger, where they could be talking a foot to a foot and a half of snow. All right, so let me get to some of the comments. All right, so I'm going to, here we go. Let me pull up some of these towns. All right, so somebody, what is, Lisa, you're asking me how much snow in Unity. Unity, you're in the 4 to 8 inch range. I think you're probably, I don't know, say 5-6 inches of snow up there. I think you're just a little bit too far to the north to really see, some of this really heavy snowfall that areas like Freiburg might see. And let me pull up a few more towns here. Bridgeton, you're right on the border. Kathy Ann asking about Bridgeton. You're on the lower end of the 6 to 12, higher end of the 4 to 8. So call your forecast the 6 to 10 inch forecast. I think that pretty much does it in Bridgeton, maybe 5 to 9, 6 to 10 inch. Denise, in Portland, you're looking at 4 to 8. I think if you want to be a little more concise with that, call it a 5 to 7 inch snowfall for you. How much snow for York? It all depends on where you are, if I'm going to be honest, Jody. If you're right at the coast, you're talking probably 4 or 5 inches of snow. If you're up towards northern York County, now you're talking maybe 8-9 inches of snow. So it all really depends on where you are in York County. And I'm trying. I want to get to some of your guys' comments about these towns, but I just a lot of the times don't know where they are. That's just me being completely honest. All right. Dallas asked me about Pono. I hope I said that right. Pono. Again, I just moved up here about 2 months ago. You're probably in the 4 to 7 inch range in that area. And then let's go. Where else? What model do I like using the best? Steven, that is a good question. Right now, the Euro to me has been king this winter. The GFS, the American computer model, has not really, it hasn't been doing a great job this year, in my opinion. For Tuesday morning, it says Tuesday. Yeah, this is a Tuesday, Wednesday event. Starts early on Tuesday morning, for Tuesday morning. And then it's going to go all day through the afternoon into Tuesday night and then wind down on Wednesday. Map times aren't matching. Now I'm curious what you guys are saying. Map times aren't matching what he is saying. I mean, I I want to know more about that because I hope I'm not confusing people here. You got it, Kathy. No problem. Doesn't seem like this is much of a monster storm like has been talked about. Sean, I'll tell you what. I was just mentioning in my forecast that, yesterday at this time it was looking bigger, but the latest trends over the last 24 hours, so let's just be honest, the latest trends have brought the snowfall accumulation down a little bit. So, this isn't going to be a monster storm. 4 to 8 for most, a little more over towards, the far western part of the state. Gorham, you're in the 4 to 8 inch range. So Jake, so barely anything. Bring on springtime. Yeah, I'm getting to that point too. Tiffany thinks the same way. I guess I'm ready for spring. Everybody's ready for spring. Stacy's ready for spring. Biddeford, you're 4 to 8, but probably 4 to 6 to be completely honest. Same thing. Linda mentioning about Biddeford. Jason, about Sanford. You're 6 to 10 in Sanford, 6 to 10 inches. Another Biddeford comment. A lot of people from Biddeford tuning in. 4 to 6. That's where I'll go with that. Let me pull up a few more. Durham. Tara's asking me about Durham. I think you are in the 4 to 8, maybe like a 5 to 7 inch range in Durham. Stay safe. That is right, Michelle. That is good advice. Augusta, 4 to 8, call it 5 to 7. I think a lot of places will get around 5, 6, 7 inches of snow. I think that'll be kind of the main idea of how much snow people get. Will I be okay Tuesday morning to go to an appointment at 8:30? I would say yes. If you're over towards Freiburg and Sanford, over towards New Hampshire, the snow is really going to get going. But I think at 8:30 on Tuesday morning, most areas are starting to see snow, but it's generally on the light side at around 8:30 in the morning. Poland, you are, I would say 5 to 8 inches. That would be my guess in Poland. Mike, no. 2 to 16. You're probably right. I'm guessing just about everybody will be in 2 to 16 inches of snow. But it's just a matter of where you are. I mean, if you're up towards the north, 2 inches is probably about right. Over towards areas in Rutland, Vermont, now you're talking more than that. So, it really just depends on where you are. It's supposed to start at, I would say my time frame for this is 4 to 8 a.m. on Tuesday, when most places will really start to see the snow start to fall. Portland, 4 to 7, 5 to 7-ish. You're probably falling in that range in the Portland area. And then one more. Let me pull up Milo. I feel like it's not that. Yeah, hold on. Oh, Milo, you're up there. You're probably 4, maybe 5 inches of snow up there. 4 to 5 inches of snow up there. So this is also a good question. Fran, will it be bad during the day for schools? I think yes. I think we are going to have problems with schools. And at least, see, it's close because it's a 2-day event and most of it winds down on Wednesday morning. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens for schools. I don't make that call. Thankfully, I do not. But I will say that it's going to start Tuesday morning. At the worst, I think they at least have to have an early dismissal on Tuesday. That would be my guess at a minimum if you don't close. And then at a minimum on Wednesday, you have a delay. So we'll see what happens there. Thankfully, I don't have to make that call. And then Bert, when will it start in Bangor? You're probably going to start 9, 10 o'clock in Bangor on Tuesday. All right, everybody. I've been on for 23 minutes, and I have to go prepare for the 10 o'clock show, which you should tune into. All right, everybody. Have a good day. And, I'll be back.